Hey guys, welcome back to 30 Days to Your First Website Design, a Tuts Plus premium course. I'm Ian Yates, and today we're going to complete our coverage of planning by looking at goals. Let's first take a quick look at what we're going to be covering in this video. We're going to begin by defining business goals, and then we're going to look at measuring success by using those goals before we add a little bit of clarity to the whole lot. And then lastly, as usual, I'm going to set a little assignment before we jump into the next video. Now, we're going to play Cupid today and do some matchmaking. No, we're not suddenly designing an online dating service. We're still looking at our corporate website. But we've mentioned a couple of times that there are several players involved in this whole process. There's yourself, the client, and the targeted users. Well, your website has to fulfill one essential role, and that is aligning the user's desires with the client's requirements. To understand how we match these two up, we need to have a clear idea of our client's goals. Without clear business goals, we can't specify the site's goals, we've nothing to aim for, and therefore nothing by which to measure our success. Let's have a look at some examples of specific business goals. First up, generating new leads. Now in this case, the site would be acting as a marketing tool, aiming to promote something and gather responses from users. Success would be measured by the acquisition of new leads and new customers. Or then there's the completing of online sales. E-commerce goals are fairly clear. The site would exist to sell products and handle the purchasing. Success could be measured in terms of sales figures and cold hard cash. Then there's providing news. Perhaps you're focused on a blog. Goals in this case would be to maintain high quality articles and reach as wide an audience as possible. You want people to read your material and hear your opinions. Success could be measured by the gathering of subscription numbers via a newsletter, social followers, even paying members. Then our last example is building a brand, in which case consolidating the presence of a new or existing brand would be the business goal. Now, measuring the value of successful branding is difficult as it affects all aspects of business. Solid identity sees all manner of gains within an organization, but one measurement of success could be the length of time users spend on your site. The term bounce rate refers to the number of users visiting your site but then leaving before having explored further. One goal when building a brand could be to minimize your site's bounce rate. Now your site may also have secondary goals, or even tertiary goals. If it's an e-commerce project, you'd ideally like to see people leave as happy customers having completed a transaction. If those goals aren't reached, you'd need to investigate why, but in the meantime, you'd perhaps want some other goals to be achieved. You'd at least want visitors to remember your site, so them signing up to your newsletter would be a suitable secondary goal. Now it's important that we're clear about our goals. Ambiguity will only lead to assumptions and then confusion and perhaps even mess up working relationships. Daniel Ritzenhaler, I think I pronounced that correctly, hits upon a great technique in his A List Apart article on taking the guesswork out of design. He breaks down the setting out of goals into this simple equation. We want to, because, so that. Now, using this straightforward formula removes any vagueness from your goals. Let's apply it to one of our previous examples, the blog example. We want to write 5 quality blog posts per month because we want to be taken seriously amongst our peers so that we can build a community of followers. See how well that cleared things up? Now, moving on to some more additional reading, let's look at goal achievement. Google Analytics offers some great methods for measuring successful goal conversion, and we'll be covering analytics later in the series. But in the meantime, this article is one of mine, and it looks at converting your goals. It goes into some detail about what conversion means, talks about optimizing conversion, and then looks at Google Analytics and how it can help you track your goal achievements. Okay, it's assignment time again. So before you jump into the next video, I have a simple task for you to think about whilst you're planning our corporate website. I want you to think of our client's primary goal and place it into context as we did earlier with the blog example. We want to, because, so that. Alright, have fun with that. Next time on 30 Days to Your First Website Design, we're going to start looking at design concepts. This is Ian Yates, and from all of us here at Tuts Plus, thanks again for listening.